Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome back. Come on in the room. It's another wonderful Friday in the neighborhood. And y'all, BOXIANA, tell the people hi first. So I done got excited.
Hey y'all, because my friend about left me out. She's so excited. We so excited, y'all. It's gonna be a really good night.
A very good night. Very good night. We have a special, very special guest this evening. Very special young man. Comes from a very dynamic family. And we want to talk to him tonight about his very special career and what he's got going on. He got a little something going on next week. So we want to, y'all come on in the room. Hey to everybody in the chat. We probably ain't gonna get to chat it up with y'all like that. But hey, y'all, hey, because we about to chat it up with a young king. We about to chat it up with a young brother who is making a lot of noise at 140 pounds. So without further ado, y'all say what's up to the good brother, Gary Antuanne Russell.
There it is.
Hey, Gary.
How y'all doing?
Doing great. Doing excellent. Thank you so very much for taking out the time to come kick it with us this Good Friday. Listen, I'm looking at the background. Look like you're doing a little kicking it to yourself. What you got going on?
Look, I'm outside. I live in the city, so when I'm coming to get something as simple as air, I'm surrounded by the people that share the same skin color as me. I'm out here because I'm comfortable though. A lot of people, they really can't come out in their neighborhood because it's not to their liking. But that's the glory thing of my family. We do a lot of public service. We give back to a lot of people that's really out here, because we all go through poverty, go through things of natural causes, and we just catch the back end or the bad lashes the most out of all nationalities for some reason. Right, but at the end of the day, we see that it's not a fair opportunity for us. So anytime that we can kind of like give back, we could, something simple as a conversation or connections or some money, get them through the day. A lot of people forget that getting through one day alone is a task.
Well, we are very glad to have you. Glad to see you outside with the people. We're not gonna hold you long because we know it's a little later on your end, but we have some questions. It's been a lot of talk going on at 140. Friend, you got something for him before I dig off into my questions?
Yeah, I just do because we have to keep it off the wall. You come from a fighting family. We know the whole entire family, and I would have to go back and rewatch. I do my research before we bring our guests because I gotta see what's what. We watch all your fights, but I gotta get the details of stuff that I missed. So I was watching. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry.
You okay?
I was gonna ask something off the charts. I was gonna say, are you searching as a fan of the sport, or you just looking me
I'm
up?
a huge fan of the sport. That's why I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. But I watched the fight with Santiago, and the commentators they said something of, and I had a question about an unspoken competition between you and your brothers. Do y'all compete against each other when it comes to winning?
Yeah. It's
How
almost
hard
like
does it go?
it goes very in depth. It's a very in depth topic there because it's dealing with everything. Excellence doesn't come just out of evolution. It comes due to the minute things. It's like mimicking, trying to emulate what someone do. Put your own type of taste to it or fling to it, make it better. In boxing, the number one objective is to hit and not get hit. But there's many ways to dodge a punch. Some people just make it look good and make it look like it's part of their crafty style. Sometimes it's a oops or just your the freak of nature. You just got spooked and you just got those type of high alert acrobats. And you probably just dodge it or weave it, a natural type of gesture. But some people take it and use it as a tool. And I think my brother, Mr. Gary Russell, him being the first to go to the Olympics, first to be a world champion in the family, although we all always trained around one another, it was still like we knew that he was the blueprint. And if anything was possible, it would be based off of our belief and my father's instructions and what he told us, or we can see it because our oldest brother is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it works. We had the visual physically, and we also had the love and the connection of the father to be able to have that trust.
You got the cheat code, Gary.
What's
You
that?
got the cheat code though, because you got to watch a few of your brothers before you came along. You
Uh-huh.
got the cheat code though.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. I can tell it too, though. I can tell it too when I watch you. You got a little cheat code, ain't?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So let's find out you got an eye.
Uh huh.
So you got the eye.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I watch. I see. Yeah. I see.
that's
I
good.
see a lot.
That
Yeah.
doesn't go back to the boxing though. So it's like anything, anything. Because my father, he prepared us for not just our profession, but for life outside of our profession. And that also comes with rules and regulations, that you gotta approach appropriately because you never know how the situation might drastically take a change.
Right. Right. So
All that comes back to a skill, you know. And even with things like that, it's still like, all right, with an outside situation, it's like, bro, you could have de-escalated that situation way different,
right.
and that's due to an unspoken type of type of battle, like anything you can do, I can do better,
Yeah.
but it's not no flaunting it in each other's face to the point we're creating a situation that's negative,
Right. Right. It's
but we all,
healthy competition. Healthy competition.
yeah, yeah, competitive.
Mm,
Keep that competitiveness type of vibe going. Unspoken, even when we're not thinking about it, so
right.
it's an innate thing as well. So at that point, it's kind of like anything of growth or excelment. It'll be part of our life, or it'll be part of our makeup.
Gotcha. So I have a question for you
Hmm.
because there's been a lot of chit chatter, about the 140-pound division. A lot of talking going on. So before I ask you that, I want to ask you, what is your goal for 140? What do you have a singular goal for that weight division? You're a young man, so I'm sure you're going to move up eventually. But as far
Definitely.
as 140 goes, what is your goal for 140?
My goal is to demolish everybody. To be honest, everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all of the belts, all of the titles.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
I screamed on Josh Taylor a couple of times, and that's because he got all of the titles. He just gave some up. Last fight he had with Shaky, got put down, still came out victorious or whatever. Don't care. What he brings to the table is different than what I bring to the table, and he's in my division, so it's inevitable we will meet.
Okay.
Hopefully, on good terms, great terms, you will still have all of these titles and credentials that I want you to have. If you don't, then apparently you just someone that I'm gonna have to get through as a stepping stone.
Gotcha.
You don't move up or move down and wait. But my main goal is to have all of the titles at the 140 division.
I'm so happy you said that. I'm
Yeah,
so very happy to hear you say that.
whoever's in the way, then that's just like I said, casualty of war.
Gotcha. Friend?
Okay, so due today we were getting questions because everybody was like, "Well, who's coming on?" We kept it a surprise all day because people like to come steal our guests. But we
No, no.
got a question from the Lord of the Flyweights. He wants to know, what do you
Who's that?
No, it's just a person in the chat.
a person that sent just a question from one of the fans that watched the show.
Okay, so he
That's
okay.
that's his name. That's just his chat name, not a boxer. This is not a boxer.
Yeah, no, it's not
Listen,
a fighter. It's not a fighter.
y'all, did y'all see that?
I'm not for all of the talking and all of the social and tweeting
Yeah.
and going back and forth. I'll do that with my lady or something. You know what I mean? I'll do that with my lady if you know what I mean. But other than that,
No,
come
no,
on, man.
he's just one of our guests in the chat,
That
but
watch
that's
the
the
show.
name he uses. It's not
Yeah.
like a
I'm
boxer.
just not
No,
gonna
yeah,
say
no.
nobody's name. I'm just gonna ask the
Listen,
questions that they gave. Because
Hey,
listen,
I was
I
gonna
don't want
ask
to.
a
I
few
don't want.
too.
I got you though. He want to know what you walk around. What's your walk around weight? Like, what do you walk
Oh,
around at?
I walk around at 145. I don't go above 145. If I do, it'll be a couple of ounces. But I stay in like fight shape ready, like fight weight. I think that's not obedient. A lot of fighters they go about 3, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Shoot, they go two weight classes.
yeah, yeah,
So me, I don't think that's just astute of it all.
gotcha, gotcha. So,
Especially dealing with the sport. People die in this sport.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so one of the other another question that was asked from the person in the chat, and I had this on my list of things to ask you as well. So
Okay.
I looked at your last fight with Victor Postdog. Great
Yeah,
fight.
thank you.
However, I did notice in that fight, that was probably one of the fights that you got hit the most in, that I've seen you take more punches in. Um, One of the people in the chat, Miss Amber, Coach Amber, she's asking, are you one of the fighters that believes in, I know you just said earlier at the beginning that the name of the game is hit and don't get hit, but are you willing to go in the line of fire to get what you need to get off?
It depends. A lot depends on that. That's what makes it an art. That's what makes it an art. A lot of people they got natural God-given talent, and it allows them to have good eyes. They know when a person is about to throw something, or they just got good reflexes when they're in close and the person is throwing something. They can weave it real quickly, and it's all natural, but it's still a skill. And certain encounters that you will be having with your opponent. I think every fighter they come up to a conclusion where they got to make a decision on what they're going to do. If they're going to throw this punch, when I'm going to throw it. If I'm going to throw this punch, I know I got to throw it like this because he going to do this. And that's based off of that person analyzing their opponent spontaneously. You know what I mean? Like, because the round is going and the action is going, and you got to do this stuff like on the fly. You got to see your opponent doing certain things, and you got to be all focused in, like from bing to bing.
So,
So I think the technical side of that, yeah, it depends on if I'm lining myself up with a certain shot. If I'm about to deliver a certain combination, because I'm not about to just try to deliver one punch. If I see that I'm in line of fire, you know what I mean? Like I know I'm about to get hit, so I'm gonna throw more than one punch. If
okay,
I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna give them like 3 of these.
gotcha,
You know what I mean? So
gotcha.
that would be the decision I would be taking. As far as a skill or intelligence on a profession, that would be a decision that I would take, and that would be uh, a productive and the most, I would believe, responsible one to take.
You're right. But you
Because
calculating all of that while you in the ring.
right. Because you still got scorecards.
Right.
Okay, yeah, if you're in this sport, you got to be durable. Got to be somewhat durable. You got to have some bravery, some heart, and stuff like that.
Right.
Granted, that's granted. You know, you got to have that to participate. But you talking about a certain scenario. I'm about to get hit. Would you lie? Are you the type of fighter to hit? Get hit to take a punch or give a punch? Basically,
Yeah.
would you take a punch or give a punch? Well, it depends.
Right.
You
On
know,
who
I'm
giving
not
the
just give
punch.
one punch. Right. I'm not just gonna give one punch. If I take a punch, I'm gonna give a couple back.
Okay. Now, see, exactly what you did in the Victor Postdog fight. And my other question about that fight is apparently, well, I'm thinking, this was my thinking watching you beat him up.
Um,
Towards the end, when you got ready to seal the deal and close the show, um, in my mind, I was thinking, well, he must feel very comfortable taking whatever it is Victor is throwing, because you have been, what was it? You had already done 9 rounds, so you knew what his power was going to be. And were you thinking in the corner in the 9th round, I'm about to close the show, or were you just thinking, I know I'm winning this fight, I'm gonna take what
nah,
he gives me, or were you thinking
go
I'm gonna
first.
close it?
I'm about to close the show.
Okay,
You know, had many different type of complaints. I ain't get my money's worth because all my fights too short. You gotta give them a show, just give them a taste, give them a little bit. All right, now let's punctuate. You know, let's execute now.
right,
Things like that. So the Victor Postal, that was more so give them a show, but definitely let's execute what we've been practicing.
okay,
Because any fighter, if they execute what they've been practicing on top of the instructions they're given, they will come out victorious. It's just when you're an elite fighter or athlete, you make it look easy.
this is
You know,
true.
that's just something that comes with it. You make it look easy. Now
Right,
people starting to bet on you. People starting to say, all right, you know what, shorty, high hopes type stuff.
yeah,
But that comes with it. All of that comes with it. You know, it's just based off of the person being able to embody it. But honestly, we practice in the gym. We practice. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
We practice to execute certain things, and we knew if we was to execute, we'd come out victorious. We've been executing. I caught a headbutt, and my eye. I think it was my left eye swelled up a little bit. Um, but by the time that happened, we was already up on the
Right,
scorecard. The only way Victor Post could have won is if he would have knocked me out.
which wasn't about to happen.
Right. So now it was like, all right, let's close it out. We about to close it. Let's get the last round. We're gonna close it. Hell with it. That's what those are his words. Come on, let's get it done. Close it out. Shoot this combination is gonna be there. Calm down is gonna be there. Executed it. It was there. Closed it up. You know, but when it comes to certain punches, let me reconfirm. I mean, yeah, reconfirm that. Rewind. The Victor Poster fight. Y'all say I got hit the most in that fight. When it comes to taking shots, a lot of times when you are a veteran or you're really a high level athlete and you know what you're doing, you know the science of the sport,
Hmm.
you can sometimes take away how much power or velocity a shot can have when you're working on slip drills.
Okay,
Mike Tyson, every high level, high class fighter, they worked on slip drills. Now slipping, yeah, sometimes you do get hit. You're bound to get hit in this profession. But due to those skills, you can take off how much power and velocity a shot has. You know, based off of you still motioning the slip or the way the person is punching, you still weaving the punch a certain way. Yeah, it might touch you in the forehead a little bit, but it wasn't enough velocity on that punch to get the fight over,
to hurt you.
to hurt you, right?
Right, right,
To destabilize you a little bit, whatever the
right.
case may be. But that also goes back to the art and the craft of a person knowing. And a lot of that was shown in the Victor Postal fight. You know, it wasn't that he was just sliding in. It was more so, okay, I'm gonna take a shot because I know I can weave this a little bit, take off a little shot because I know what he about to throw. So I'm gonna just bear with this little punch because I know I'm gonna be close enough or positioned right after he get that one shot off to do what I need to do.
Right. Okay. Friend, you got anything for her? You got another question?
Yeah, look, I'm gonna go ahead and get mine off. So there's been a lot of arguments about you. Um, Me and Batman, we
What?
argued about you 8 months straight. 8 months straight, we argued, and it gets pretty vicious with you. And he is determined, and I want to know because I want to see it. There's a potential fight with you and Devin Haney, and Batman is gung ho. You got that at the end of the day, and I want to know how you feel about a fight with Devin Haney. Is that your legendary W?
I'm gonna get all of the T's crossed and all of the I's dotted for y'all real quick.
Oh,
Brother Haney's in a different weight class.
he is.
Eventually, he will move up.
He will.
Do he have potential to have a good put up with me? Yes. Would it be a good fight and show for the world? Yes. Because a lot of people still haven't seen what I got in my arsenal.
Right.
So it'll be mysterious, but fruitful, you know?
Very.
Outcome, I'm going to have that dub.
Right next to that.
Like, I tell people a lot of time, it's more than just having a lot of energy. You got veterans like Bernard Hopkins that done stayed in there with a lot of youthful competitors, competitors, and he showed his tail, took him to school. The reason why is because he had a lot of years and a lot of wisdom, and he know the science of the sport,
Right.
and he showed his craft. You know, he just showed the excellence of the art, how it works. And I guarantee you, after that big upset that he didn't gave someone, it'd be a lot of youngsters or up and coming people looking at, man, how did he beat this dude? And they would see the art, the science in it all. And I guarantee you, they're going to adopt some of it because that's just part of growth. That's part of evolution. You're going to have to emulate it. You're going to put your own little spin to it. Look how many people doing the shoulder roll like Floyd. It look good. Is it good though? No. No. You know, he turned himself into a one-arm fighter, but he pulling it off. Fact of the matter is, that fight wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen until they're still making businesses right.
Mm.
I think it'd be foolish to me, and it'd take away the value of my sport, my profession, to even broadcast a show like that this soon.
Right.
That's something that would put money on in Thailand. If I go to Thailand or something like that and compete against one of those guys, not just one of those guys, it got to be something Floyd in, one of those extra nonchalant guys, the face of that area or something.
Right.
Then it would generate some revenue, you know. But the business side is not right. Yeah, you got fans that's hungry to see a lot of matchups.
Right.
Not just me and Devin, even though that's been a talk.
Right.
Been talk for a while. But like I said, I don't do too much talking. I don't do a lot of talking. You know, it's
So,
never been me. But that's that.
so let's stay there at 140. And like you said, Haney's not quite at your weight division yet, but there are a few folks that are at your weight division. I'm curious to know who, if in your perfect world, they said, Mr. Antoine, Gary Antuanne, whoever you want next, you can have next. Who would you want next? Uh-oh, he's frozen. Gary. Okay, while Gary's frozen, I'm going to read some of these super chats. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Come on in the room. Tell the people. Okay, share it, y'all. Come on in the room. We have Dre's Finest. He says, my DMV champ, Gary Antuanne. Salute, fam. You did? Who else did we have? Let's see. Come on in the room, Gary. Come on back. He's gonna come back, you guys. We also have Adam's Boxing Show. Salute to the queens and salute to Gary Antuanne Russell. PG County all day. Yes, they don't play. PG County all day. Writing yoga. Did y'all see how he got turned up real quick? He was like, who is that? Gary, now. Hold on now. Writing Yogi, thank you so much for coming through. She says, you ladies are killing it. Adore you both. I'm enjoying the hell out of this interview. Gary Antuanne Russell is our future. And is. Also, Coach Amber was in the building. He says, Nik, has he asked, do you believe in taking one to get one? I asked that, Coach Amber. I saw you in the chat, girl. I asked. And he told y'all he don't mind. He'll get that one because he know he got a 3-piece combo with a pepper coming behind it. That's what he said. Thank you, Nurse Lee, for showing up. Y'all come on in the room. Phenomenal Mexican. He says, do you plan on fighting Montana Love in the future? And if he come back, we're going to ask him. Okay? We're going to ask him that if he come back, when he come back. I am Trill Will. He says, salute to the killer, Gary Antuanne Russell, and the fantastic Queens of the Ring. Salute to you and your family. Rest in peace. Hashtag Batman. Hashtag Russell Sr. Yes. Coach Amber came back. She says, does he prefer pressure or a chess match? Coach Amber, when he comes back, I'm going to ask him. Okay. And TD Harden, he says, salute Mr. Russell, but these sexy women are my focus. Well, whatever you want to focus on, TD. Whatever you want to focus on, honey. Roderick Cornish, thank you so much for coming through. Who else do we have? What's up, Big Ram? Ram says, hey, ladies, salute, brother. LDBC. Hashtag Bomb Squad. Okay. Coach, you want to know, don't you? Pressure or finesse? We gonna get him back. He coming back. And Spurgle Marshall says the Friday night combo of chocolate and caramel. And you know this. Rolo. Okay. Rolo. Okay, so friend, while we're trying to get him back, is that another ginger ale? What else do you have to ask Mr. Russell? Because I want to know who he want to fight at 140. Who you think?
Well, I do want to know about his fight that's coming up next weekend. He has a very interesting match coming up, and I want to know how he feels about this fight coming up next Saturday.
What's the brother's name? What's his name that he's fighting? Y'all, who he fighting? What's the man name he fighting in the chat?
He got a weird last name.
He does. What's the man's name? Y'all, it's right on the tip of my tongue. What's that man's name? His man's name
on this paper. Bartholomew. It start with a B. You know I be messing them names up.
Rance, something. Bartholomew. It's not Bartholomew, is it? It's not Bartholomew, is it?
No, it starts with a B.
It's close.
It's a weird last name. It started with a B. Because I got it wrote down, but I still, I mess some names up. It started with a B.
Okay.
Bartholomew.
Francis. Yeah, Francis Bartholomew. Thank you, TZ Frank. Thank you. Thank y'all. We can always count on y'all. I don't know what's going on, y'all. He was outside. So I don't know if his connection, I don't know if his phone battery was like, I don't know. We don't know what happened. He just froze up, but hopefully he comes back in the chat. But we're going to keep the show rolling until he comes back. I want to know who he wants next at 140. I know he says that his goal is to get all the belts at the division. Josh Taylor has dropped 2. So there are 2 open belts on the loose. I would love to see him fight for one of those belts. I would love to see him fight Josh Taylor head up for the 2 that Taylor still has. But he's still very young in his professional game. So I know they're moving him nicely, but that fight against Postdog was a really nice step-up fight. So at this point, I'm expecting him to keep,
I want to
along
know
the lines of good step-up
going into that fight because Postdog was going through all this, having to leave his family at home. I want to know how he felt having to go beat him up.
Well, I don't know. At this point, the way he was about to let off, I don't think he felt no kind of way. He was, like he said, he was a stepping stone. He was in his way to what he's trying to get. He was a stepping stone. So I don't think he felt no kind of way beating him up. For Ben Media, thank you so much. You said ask his top 5 at 140. When and if he comes back, I will surely ask. And Kenneth Johnson, thank you so much. Ladies, great interview. Thank you, Kenneth. We had a lot of other stuff we wanted to ask Gary, so I hope that he can come back. I'm not sure what happened. He got frozen. I thought it was me because y'all know I normally get frozen, but it wasn't me this time. It was not me. So, what else? What else has been going on this week in the world of boxing besides folks chirping at 140 who know they ain't finna be at no damn 140 making no kind of noise, and I ain't calling no names?
Well, they announced Devin and Cambosis.
It's announced?
Well, they in talks about it again. I've been seeing a whole lot about it.
Didn't he refute that though?
No, he didn't.
Devin didn't come back and say he not fighting Cambosis because did somebody say?
Devin said he ain't signed nothing yet, but we'll see because he got to fight him again.
He got to do what?
He has to fight him again.
He has to fight him again, but does it have to be next?
No, but why not go on and get it out the way? He gonna beat him up in the same manner. Yeah. He gonna have to be on some hellified shit to go in there. He gonna have to knock Devin out.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Well, then I don't know why he doing this to himself.
Now, this is the thing. I think it was 7-8 who said it. If he was smart, and I'm talking about Cambosis, if he was smart and he's trying to get the best bang for his buck, I don't believe at this point. I think they came out and said Devin fighting Loma is not the next fight. Like, that's not gonna happen. So it kind of debunks what I was gonna say, and which was I would have loved, but it would have been in George Cambosis' best interest if he's trying to line his pockets to go ahead and take step aside money so Devin could fight whoever he gonna fight, and then he still has to fight him. So that's another check.
Have you noticed since Devin got them belts, ain't nobody really been like calling him out? Like,
they're not. Nope. That's why I asked Antoine. That's why I asked him what his goal was in his division. And I was so happy to hear him say he wanted to collect all the belts, because everybody in 135 seems to think that the belts don't mean anything. So I was just happy to hear that somebody, a boxer, actually wanted to fight for the belts, because all these folks at 135 who claim they the best thing since sliced bread, they trying to run this bullshit out on us, talking about the belts don't mean nothing because Devin has them.
And I ain't never heard that have been a thing, because I know once 3 belts is collected, somebody gonna want all of them belts at one time. So normally, I said, what's State Onus? State Onus is back running somebody. He finna get somebody damn belt. I mean, when the belts start meaning stuff, like the belts is, I want them in the case.
They stopped meaning something when Devin Haney gathered them all. And if that is not the most peculiar thing I've ever heard of, and people are really trying to co-sign it, like, that's okay to be that way. Now, fool. And I'm happy I heard a clip of Bill, because they love to say, I don't want to pay them sanctioning fees, as if that's going to break you. Okay. But Bill says the sanctioning fees can be So that's a cop out that has been debunked as well. So what y'all scared of? What's the problem?
I still can't understand. Devin must have got the taint off the belt because he ain't been acting like T.O. or Cambosa since he got them belts.
I think he did what you said. He either he burnt them, or he got new ones, or he exercised whatever demon of shit that was on him previous to him having them. Because no, he hasn't been acting a fool. He has not.
No.
He is not. Hey, Sheena girl, thank you. Thank you so much for coming through, Sheena. Who else do we have? Phenomenal Mexican came back through. He says the belts got the B2K since Devin got them. Didn't they? Didn't they? Like, for real, though. What? I don't understand that. You can't make me understand it. You can't talk to me about it. You can't make me believe it. Yeah, it just all sounds like a bunch of excuses to me. That's what it sounds like to me. This week, y'all, normally, we'll do a weigh-in recap, but there really are like no major fights this week. I think dog bowl fighting. And so I didn't look at
that.
Say it again.
Joette Gonzalez is fighting. And
yeah, dog bowl.
You know how people know him? They don't know him because his name is Joette Gonzalez and he the shit. They know him because he's Shakur's ex-girlfriend brother.
That's so shame.
That is shameful.
That's so shame. That is so shame. Miami Snoopy, he says the belts have lost their luster because they scared of the champ. That is exactly. Oh, Karma, Serene. She says, good evening, ladies. I made it. Look, if y'all are coming in and looking for a special guest, we had him on early. Something happened. We had a disconnection, a malfunction. So he unplanned leave. But we had Gary Antuanne Russell on earlier, you guys. So you could go back to the beginning of the show and get our coverage of Gary Antuanne. He has a fight coming up next week. He's going to be on the undercard of the Barclays Center fight featuring Jose Benavidez and Danny Garcia. You guys do not want to miss him. He is a good time in the ring. Okay, he's going to always put on a great show. Spurgood Marshall, he is back. He says, ladies, thoughts about the Garcia fight next week. I was just about to get to it. Man, what you think about that? How you think that's going to play out?
I am excited to see Danny back in the ring because Danny hadn't had much to say about any ring chatter since Errol beat him up. And I hate that. And I hope that I wonder if Angel is coming back with him. Is Angel with him?
I think so. Hold up, friend. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. If Angel is with him, Lord forbid, because I still think that Benavidez Jr. is an active fighter. And I do believe he got some stank on his punches still. But I don't know how to feel about him at 147. I don't know. He did really good against Bud. I still think that was a really good fight, but I don't know. 154 is a different weight class. And I ain't never seen Danny at 154. So I don't know how to feel about that. I guess we just gonna have to wait and see because I don't know. 147 and 154, those are two different ball games, and I hope there's not a disconnect with the training because I feel like Angel gets in the way of Danny, and then we want to tell him, my nigga, please shut up, please, because Angel get out there and start talking for Danny. That's why he got beat up against Errol.
Well, that ain't the only reason why he got beat up, but
T.O. Daddy got him beat up. He gets him beat up. So, like a lot of these too much mouth daddies, they should be quiet when they babies is the athlete, because you just never know what you might talk your child into, if that makes sense. It does make sense.
It does make sense. And I'm actually I'm kind of excited for this fight. Both guys are moving up, if I'm not mistaken. And so I'm hoping that Jose's leg has healed much better than it had when he fought Terrence Crawford. And I'm looking at workouts of Danny Garcia. Looks like he's, in terrific shape. Looks like he's carrying the weight well. I haven't seen much footage of Jose Benavidez though, so I'm not sure, how he's gonna look at 154. But I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup for both guys, and I really think this is a make or break moment for both guys too. Very interested to see how Danny looks after fighting Errol Spence, because most times after you get beat up by Errol Spence, you're not quite the same.
Who Errol has beat up several people. Who has really been the same their before self? Has
Nobody.
anybody been there before self after fighting Errol?
Not nobody. Not Cale Brook. Not Mikey Garcia.
Lamont Peterson retired, didn't he?
I think he fought one more fight that he shouldn't have fought because he wasn't no good in that fight, and he retired after that. I haven't seen or heard from El Campo. I don't know. Sean Porter fought. Sean Porter was retired basically when he fought Terrence Crawford. Let him tell it. So yeah, he be knocking folks into retirement low key. I don't know what.
I never would have said that, because after he fought Errol, he fought Formella, and I think he had another fight before he fought Budrick. I wish he never would have said that. I was really inactive, all that stuff. Sir, tell the truth. Who changed your life? I want y'all to start being honest with yourselves. For real.
Just tell the truth.
I want to see what Ugas is going to look like. Ugas.
That's what I'm saying. I'm anxious to see what any of these, they don't ever look the same. They don't ever look the same. So I'm very, very eager to see what Sean Porter is going to look like. It's been over a year, but he took a beat down. So I don't know if he's ever been thrashed like that before. I don't know.
So, and Riley, he retired because, if I'm not mistaken, per Carson, I think it's his hips. Because I asked that same question. Sean Porter got bad hips, and I think he said that himself. He needs to have hip surgery or something. There's something wrong. Yeah, he got a bad hip.
Like Prince? Bad hips?
I might need a cane.
Really? Interesting. Very interesting. Spurgo Marshall, he says thoughts on Garcia's ass whooping excuses from Errol. Yeah, what did you think about that? He had a lot to say about why he couldn't focus and whatnot.
I blame his daddy. That's what I got to say. There ain't no other excuse other than Angel. That's it.
Jay Good, thank you so very much. He says, well done on a great interview, ladies. Thanks for the surprise. We aim to please and whatnot. And y'all, just so you know, one more thing. Mr. Mott, what's up? He said, EJ turned Algeria into a full-time cook for a while. Exactly. He gives the people the jobs that BOXIANA tells them they should have. That's what he does. We gonna see what kind of job Danny gonna have after next week.
He's a goddamn suit maker. He already got one.
No, ma'am. Them two-tone suits that
that Lemonberry suit do it for me every time. Why on earth would you take two fucking suits and put them together and wear them as one?
I was so upset when I saw that. I was really mad at him. I knew that he knew that was not fly. He knew that wasn't a good look.
Yes, he thinks that shit is fly.
I was really mad at Danny.
And then Sean Porter took his bucket head ass and was like, Daddy, let me get one of them fucking suits. And Danny was like, what you want? Lemon berry or salt and pepper? What do you want? Like, he got spicy names for them suits. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to start. Strawberry, banana, that's the red and yellow one. He got all kind of colors.
I was very appalled. It makes my stomach hurt when I see them suits. I don't like it. It makes me ill. I don't like nothing about it. And I wish he would quit wearing them and selling them. Who's buying that? That's what I want to know. Who's purchasing it?
People that wear juke. People that wear juke. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna have one soon. Goddamn Leonard Ellaby.
No, ma'am.
Leonard Ellaby. Don't he look like he would wear one of them suits?
No, ma'am.
Motherfucking room.
No, ma'am. Leonard think he too cool for them. Look, Leonard too clean for one of them suits, honey. He ain't gonna have that on.
Why? Yeah, let them get one that's his color, like a shiny silver and a black on one side. You couldn't tell, goddamn Leonard shit.
Oh my God! I would hope not. I would hope
every goddamn color. And one side gonna have a special color to it. Ain't none of them is the same.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that. I don't.
He gonna get spicy. He gonna start changing his glasses up to match the color in his suit.
I don't want to see. That's what I'm saying, right? Juke was the wave in junior high. It was, and in high school for me. I used to love some.
Y'all
juke.
was funky. Y'all was walking around stank. Juke stank.
It does not.
They don't know how to wear. You already knew. They take that juke, spray that bitch around 500 times. Like Burberry, you remember when Burberry was the thing, the maroon bottle? You only had to hit that shit one time. That fucking juke, they was bathing in that shit in the fucking 8th grade. Got that damn 9th grade. Got the whole school smelling like ass and juke. Why? You just got out of PE. I know you don't smell like this. You stink.
You just have bad memories of it.
That shit funky. I don't care what nobody say. I knock all this shit off this table. That shit.
You're not finna taint my good memories as you, because the folks at your school didn't know how to wash their ass and wear it. I'm not gonna let you taint my good memories of you now.
No. I'm sorry, Juke stink. Juke stink. Juke is bod. Juke is bod, friend. They equal.
Huh? It's what?
Bod. You remember that shit in the
I don't even know that. I don't even know what that is.
Bod was that extra funky shit that it was the cheaper shit that what's that one that everybody was wearing?
I don't know what that is.
That X. Remember X?
The spray?
Yeah. Right. Why do we all?
I'm not. Look, see, Frank from the land, he knows. He said bod is X. See there. I don't see. I didn't know nothing about. See, I was grown by the time X came out, so I don't.
X-Sprays, boy, they was hitting. They had them niggas in the chokehold. X-Sprays had folks in the chokehold so long that Kenneth Cole had to start coming out with shit to put up there with the damn X-Sprays.
Y'all not finna have me up here turning my back on the good juke. I'm just not gonna be able to do it. It was the shit.
I ain't that old. That's just like the mustache. You know how you like old man shit. My old man is a young old man. I dare not have to deal with a full-time old man. I leave. I'm gonna go in my room, pack all my shit, and go. I come home and smell juke, I'm moving out. I'm telling you right now, it ain't even up for fucking discussion.
Yeah, and I think she a millennial. I think BOXIANA a millennial, cause
ain't no way.
Listen,
I walk in the house and smell juke, it's a wrap. I'm leaving. I'm changing my number in the driveway. I'm not going to my mama's or my sister's. You will not be able to find me because there's been a disconnect. Jupe is the bottom ass of get on back to boxing.
Okay.
A
Jay
young
Good.
old man.
Yeah, what's a young old man? What's that?
Y'all ain't never seen a young old man. It's an old man, but he young. That's a young old man. He old, but he got a young man face. It's weird. I ain't never seen an old man get carded. It all the time.
Like
You
that
are
young old man you see?
a young old man. It's true. It's true. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want no old man. I'm moving out. I come in the house to meet you. That means your ass got too old for me. I'm sorry. It's over. Droop. It'll ruin the relationship. That shit stain your clothes. You can't. I wash the clothes together. The jupe is gonna be on both of our shit.
Exactly, Coach Amber. She country but bougie though. This is exactly what she is. That is exactly. Anyway, back to boxing. Boxing, please. Boxing, please. So y'all, next week, because this week we really don't have much to discuss as far as fights that are coming on. There's Joette Gonzalez and Dogbo, and that's pretty much the gist of it. But after that, July comes, and then we'll hopefully start to get the ball rolling again with some announcements. Hopefully, everybody's teasing from both sides of the mega fight. So hopefully we'll get a real announcement. Wouldn't it be nice if we got that real announcement on next week?
Well, if Derek make one more post, I'm finna start assuming. But I told you, remember me and you have a number. We know the number. So if the number is right, it's gonna be soon.
I think an announcement should be coming on next week. That's a big, Barclays Center, nice fight. Not a huge fight, but a nice fight, nice undercard. Be great to get an announcement that week, is what I'm thinking. It's what I'm hoping will happen. But we shall see. Also, when we were talking to Antoine, I was hoping that we could get into all of this banter and chatter about people coming up to 140. But I saw today that he agreed to fight at 135, the person that he's calling out. I ain't calling no names, y'all, because I ain't for that bullshit. But we shall see. I also wanted to see how Antoine would feel about a fight that I really would like to see him at 140. And it's somebody else that's being avoided somewhat. How would you feel about a Gary Antuanne Regis Prograis fight?
I would like to see that. And you know what? Yes. Because I feel a certain type of way. I told y'all I feel like I can't say nothing about the Charlos. I normally have something to say about the Charlos. That one with that back, I'm still iffy about him. But Magamel, I'm team Magamel again. He doing right. And he keep doing like he doing. His city gonna put on for him. That motherfucking Regis, I catch him out there in that goddamn sand, boxing people in the sand, wrestling and shit. Sir,
Swimming.
Gary Antuanne will beat the shit out of Regis at this point. Because Regis needs more than a nutritional list. I had to do it. I'm sorry. He needs more than a friend. I'm sorry, friend. Friend, don't leave me. He needs a nutritionist, friend. Okay, I said it right. I said it right. I had to because I already knew what she was gonna do. He needs more than that. At this point, he is Rashidi Ellis of 140. He needs two big fights back to back because at this point, I feel like, in my honest, expert opinion, Josh Taylor took that nut and took it over there and left him over there with it. And now Regis is having a hard time getting his shit back up because Josh Taylor still got it. because after the dick punch with Red Catch and I hadn't really seen Regis do shit. I'm sorry. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And at this point, if y'all keep letting Antoine get better, he don't need too many more fights to get better. We don't know how good he is. Like, that's a known. We really don't know how good he is. Regis out there fucking around, wrestling in the sand. He ain't doing shit. Put him in the ring. Mm. What can I say? I'm not doing nothing, Coach Amber. I'm being honest. It's the truth. I do not. I want Regis to find Rougarou. They need to become reconnected because Regis and Rougarou are two different people. Regis is what y'all seeing right now. Rougarou is that Houston Bama that's gonna go run down through there and give you what you asking for. We saw Regis in the rain. That was Rougarou. That Regis is what y'all getting now. And if Regis is gonna fight, y'all gonna get the sand wrestler. Yeah, they need to bring that what's that show, The Contender? Remember they was the Bob versus Joe's? He gonna end up on some shit like that. And I don't want that for him. I don't want that for him. I want to see Rougarou back. And I'm just like Mega Male, I'm gonna treat you hard until you show me something. And I rolled Mega Male's ass until he started being a normal damn person. Uncivilized.
Well, no, he's saying that's what Regis is right now. He's civilized. Yeah. He's civilized. And you want that.
I want that unhinged Regis. Like, y'all already know who I'm talking about. I don't even have to pre-Josh Taylor Regis.
Right.
I'm gonna knock your teeth into the audience, Regis. Him.
We haven't seen him. Well, you know what? I won't say we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him. I want to see Regis against some good competition. That's what I want for him. Because it's still there. It's still in there. But he just hasn't fought the competition that we're looking for him to fight. And the thing about it is, I think Miami Snoopy said it in the chat. He has gone to the Demetrius Andrade School of Boxing Business. And I don't know, it seems like he keeps getting in raw deal after raw deal, in wrong management after wrong management, and he just cannot get on track. So I'm hoping he gets on track because I know he still has it in there. And I think a nice named fighter will bring it out of him, is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, no, maybe no. Okay.
I'm done giving people the benefit of the doubt. You know who else I'm done giving the benefit of the doubt? The goddamn Adrian Broner. I want somebody to take his fucking lips, rip them bitch right off his face, and put him, you know that thing, what was that? Remember the Matrix when Neo mouth got meshy together, he couldn't speak? That's what they need to do to Adrian. We prayed the bad for you. And all you gotta do is get your country ass up there, answer a few fucking questions. Go on. You ain't gotta fit. It's Zoom. Hang up when you don't want to talk no more. Just hang up. But to get your country fried ass up there and clown the way he clowned, I was so angry. It don't take much for me to get mad, but I was truly angry with Adrian Broner this week. Like, sir, bring your country fried ass in here and answer these fucking questions and take your ass home. And then for you to come out the next day and was like, oh, I'm going to do the meetings. Bitch, you should have did them shit. And like, the first time, like, it makes me sick. He makes me angry. The amount of anger that I have in my heart for him is really unnatural. Like, it's not even right because you are great. And for you to be great, and you allowed yourself to not get your nuts back because somebody took them from you. And so now everybody got to go through this winding ass fucking downfall with you. It's like a soap opera. Every week is something. Like, I don't know what to do. You in a wheelchair one week, you on the crutches the next week. You don't want to do no Zoom meetings. Is you gonna come to this fucking fight? Is you gonna show up?
You know of all people, you know how I feel about Adrian, AB, about Billions, Bronner. I was fed up like probably 2 years ago. I was done. I had wiped my hands. I was done like 2 years ago. I wish him well. I want him to get his life together, to get himself back on track. But as far as him and fighting, I was done. I'm over the shenanigans. Like, you're way, as you say, too big of an age. Your ass is super grown at this point to be cutting up and acting a fool. And I'm over that for him. Like, grow up. That was cool, and it may have brought in, viewers and stuff like that. But at this point, you're AB. You don't have to do all of them shenanigans at this point. People are just really happy to see you back in the ring. So you don't have to do that. And I think he knows that. But I feel bad for him because he thinks that's what people want to see. No. So that's what he's giving them. It's like he's conflicted. I don't.
Okay, go ahead.
I want him to just be a grown up. Just be a grown man. Because it feels like he's conflicted, like he thinks he needs to do that to appease his ignorant ass fan base. But most of your ignorant ass fan base, they done grew up, dog. They done grew up, so they're not gonna be upset at seeing you become a mature adult. Like, it's okay to do that. You don't have to be the asshole all the time. And then, to me, it felt disingenuous. It felt like he was just doing that because he thought he had to. Because then right after that, you come right out and apologize. Like, why'd you do all of that? Did you take your medicine? Like, come on.
No. Attention-seeking whoredom. That's your word. Attention-seeking whoredom. The attention that he gets when he throws his little temper tantrums and do that bullshit is unfucking canny. And I'll tell you what I want to see because of it. I want to see him versus fucking Rolly at 147. The shit talk, and that will give him, he could talk to somebody that will understand that fucking little pea-sized brain that he carrying around in his skull. Him and Rolly would be a shebang.
That would be too much for me to process.
Because every fucking day until the lead up of that fight, Adrian gonna have a fucking meltdown, and I want to watch it. And I want Rolly to call them bitches. I want to see all of the ghetto monstrosity, welfare witchcraft that this is gonna be, and it's gonna be welfare witchcraft. You right.
I've never heard that before.
Welfare witchcraft. That's what it's gonna be.
Speaking of witchcraft, you sent me something earlier this week, and I just felt like something was off. And hey, Jed Kyle, Jed says, speaking of Andre, did you ladies see his interview calling out Eubank? He seemed a little off tap. It was weird as fuck. It was absolutely weird. What the hell was that about? What was that?
I don't know what's going on with these boxers, but it's giving disgusting behavior. He is flooding himself, and I want him to get the fuck away from whoever he is under that's directing his career, because holy shit balls, they have taken his career and just balled that bitch up and threw it in the trash. Chris Eubank.
Chris out here trying to make negotiations with Conor Ben. Why in the hell? What? Somebody help me. I need help. Somebody help me. make sense of all of this. First of all, why did it sound like he tried to have an accent? Like he kind of had a little accent.
He weird. He's weird as shit. I wish he would stop boxing and go make his little movie that he fucking promoted. Because
A
man,
movie.
he making a movie because anybody that's on Twitter, he will DM you to tell you about this fucking movie and check it out. Put this fucking boxing shit, cause I be damned. And then all his friends, boo boo is shit, boo boo good, boo boo, y'all lying to me, cause he don't look. I don't like that drunken monkey fighting shit he be doing. I don't like the way he fights. I can't. I've never been able to watch Boo Boo fight ever because the first thing you know what drunken monkey fighting I'm talking about. That's how Boo Boo look when he fights. And I just be waiting for him to kick somebody because it just looked like he gonna drop down to the ground and use his feet every once in a while. I hate it. I can't watch him. I don't want to see nobody hurt him. And if he want to fight Christopher Eubanks, get your ass in there and do it. At this point, don't tell me about it.
I feel so bad because it just feels like he's begging at this point. Do we
Right.
even know who he is? Does he have a promoter? Is he still, who is he with? Is he solo? Is he, what is going on? He out here offering folks $1 million on some. I mean, he sound like he's trying to make a dope deal on the street. The transaction it fell through. Nobody's checking for him. And I hate that for him. What is going on with Rhode Islander Demetrius Andrade? What is going on? Somebody help me.
It's giving Anthony Joshua.
No.
It's giving they scared to come outside.
Look, I would say it's giving Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua be making that money. Boo Boo is broke, is what it sounds like. That fucking whatever that was, that plea for a fight, it sounded like Boo Boo was out there on the corner slanging them rocks. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know, y'all. What's going on with Demetrius? Demetrius, I want you to win. Demetrius, come on the show and tell us what's going on. Looks like you looking for a platform. No. Okay. Well,
no, because I tell you what you're not gonna do. You ain't gonna have me sitting here looking awkward because he gonna say something in that fucking accent, and I'm gonna be sitting there looking like, boy, you don't talk like that. I can't. Y'all, we have a good time here. Y'all have now people know us. They know me. It is what it is. Boo Boo can't come here. There's certain folks that just don't expect to ever see him here. Boo Boo one of them people, y'all. Because the drunken monkey ain't going to come here and use his little accent. I still ain't got over that goddamn outfit that he wore.
See, I be forgetting about that. I be forgetting about it. I forget about that. You're right.
All he was missing was some shackles. That's it. All he needed was shackles. That's it. He was dressed like Django in a normal color. It's true. I won't let it go. He can't come here. No matter how big Queen Loretta, they gonna have to force my hands, and she gonna have to shut me up all fucking show. But the drunken monkey won't be here. I'm sorry. I will not. I cannot. I shan't. Because I won't have any questions other than how the fuck how did you start drunken monkeying? How did you bring that out? And then why did you have to windmill against Liam Williams? Why did you have to do that? Oh, he can't come here. I got questions that he ain't gonna answer. That's why they wouldn't let me talk when he came to Chicken Talk. Because I be trying to do my best not to embarrass folks, but some people those questions need to be asked. We ever get Rolly on this bitch? My first question is, what was your childhood like? What did you do on the weekends? And if he say, oh, I used to eat cereal and watch cartoons, y'all gonna have to get me up out this bitch. Y'all gonna have to call an ambulance Because I'm going to be laid out in this motherfucking deceit from
Uh-huh.
laughter. Deceit from laughter. Do you hear me? I'm telling you right now. We get Rolly in here, and he say he used to eat his cereal and watch cartoons Saturday morning. Y'all going to have to get the fuck out of here, friends. Send the ambulance. Hey, Linda, send the ambulance. Hey, Linda, send the ambulance. I need it.
Woo! Woo! Y'all, listen. Once again, we had a great time with y'all this evening. She done made me shed tears. Woo! Jesus. Y'all, I hate that Mr. Antoine cut out on us. It was some technical difficulties because I had another question for him. And it wasn't really a question. It was more so of a statement. Because his last fight, y'all know we do weigh-ins. So I wanted to make sure to tell him this time, if he gonna wear the boxers, like the plumber boxers, like he did the last time, to go ahead and wear some like some loose fitting sweats or something like that. But if he was gonna come in with his nice slim fit jeans this time, I want him to have on like a boxer brief or something like that. We ain't get to that part. I don't know what happened, but if he ever comes back, y'all know we big on weigh-ins, ring walk outfits, that kind of thing. So hopefully we'll get a chance to chop it up with Mr. Antuanne Russell, Gary Antuanne Russell again. He was an awesome guest, wonderful, very intellectual young man, very well-spoken, sweet baby. Y'all know I love sweet babies. So, friend, do you have any closing remarks?
Of course I do. I always have something to say. We appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out with us. We really, really, really hope that you enjoy the content because we work hard. And when I say we work hard, we work hard. Miss LaShawn, I don't know if you're still watching this show, but thank you for contacting me, allowing me to contact you, and we getting Gary to the show. I want y'all to know it's not the women. It's not the men that's helping with this boxing shit. It's the women. They coming through and they showing me how to do this and do it right. And I'm getting some stuff done. So I ain't seen Gary on nobody's channel. So I just want y'all to know, Queens of the Ring, we did it first. So we appreciate the support, all the love. We hope that y'all enjoy it here because, like I said, we work hard. We will see y'all on Sunday. I got some more stuff coming up. I'm just waiting for it to all fall in line. Don't forget, we got Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall and Alicia Bumgarner and Michaela Mayer coming up. Hopefully, if the cars deck the way I decked them out, we're going to have some guests real, real soon. So, y'all stay tuned. See y'all on Sunday.
All right, now we have one more super chat from Drink More Water. He says, "Good show. Thanks for pulling Gary out the bag. BOXIANA, you a fool. Those walls are closing in." Yes, she is a big old fool. Okay, a big old fool. And again, y'all, thank you so much for coming through. Miss LaShawn, we really appreciate you again. Gary, thank you so much for coming through. Gary Antuanne Russell. We work hard, y'all, but BOXIANA be working. Do you hear me? She calls me, she keeps me posted. I'm not a big networker, but BOXIANA is. She is the social media queen, network number 1G. And when I say she gets her mind set on something, she gets it locked in, she's going to get it done, she gets it done. So y'all, my friend, my sister, my co-host, is responsible for the guests that we had this evening. She's responsible for most of the guests that we have on our show. Okay. She's like that. Okay. And this is only the beginning. Okay. So y'all better stay tuned. Stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff planned. Thank you, Woke the Truth. He says, "Great show, Queens." We have a lot of stuff planned. Rashawn, you just got here, baby. Go back to the beginning of the show. Go back. We've been on here for over an hour. Go back to the beginning of the show and see our special guest, Gary Antuanne Russell. And Of course, we will see you guys next Friday. But before that, we'll see you on Sunday with Black on Trail Boxing Talk. And in a couple of few weeks, there's an event coming up in Dallas. Get y'all might see the queens pop up, bitch. Y'all might, we might do a little something. Phenomenal Mexican says, I made it to the end without bullying BOXIANA. You did.
You barely heard.
You
barely heard. I told your ass 3 weeks ago that you wasn't going to make the next show. But no, Phenomenal Mexican, you fuck with us. And we appreciate you coming in here every week with your shit. All y'all, everybody.
Everybody.
The people that's just watching, the people that's always here. Y'all just don't know. We talk about y'all all the time. We really, really, really appreciate. And Karma, shout out to you today because petty people stick together. And my petty friend we finna leave, but my petty friend pointed something out to me today. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this because I forgot. I'm gonna add to my closing words. I do say again that the Queens of the Ring are not in competition with nobody. For the last 8 months, I've been saying we are the highest rated female boxing podcast. You don't find this shit with 2 Black women going as hard as we do. We just started. We're not like we've been doing this for a really long time. Like we're growing, we're getting smarter, like we're learning more about the sport. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the best women's boxing podcast pops up. And I just want y'all to know the Queens of the Ring are not in competition with nobody. We don't even be in the same room with nobody. It's 15 million rooms, and there's a room for all of us because it ain't many women talking sports. So the one thing that we ain't got to worry about doing is competing with nobody
at all. King Larry 5. He says, keep doing y'all thing, ladies. Stopping through to show some love. And we appreciate it. We accept all the love. We blocking out all the haters. And like my friend said, we have a little lane that we have carved out for ourselves that we riding through, clearing out trees, moving shit out the way, doing our thing. Okay? And we appreciate y'all for coming along the journey in the ride. We have a great time over here. We're going to keep having a great time over here. And we will see y'all on next Friday. Friend over there, I don't know what you're doing, but you great.
They need it because I feel like today, because I don't get to speak my piece because they be kicking me off social media and I can't use my Queens of the Ring to go and say the stuff they needed. Secretly in the wind, we had a whole guest today and a show drop. Man, we not in competition. My friend is giving me the bye, y'all, because I'll run down through there. Y'all have a good night. Bye,
guys. We'll